My name is Walter Meyer, and I'm the manager of Lambda Archives. That's kind of a misnomer because besides ordering copy paper and things like that for the archives, I do tons of other stuff for them, including organize their Out at the Archives events and putting on these walking tours. We created these walking tours about 2 years ago. They've been quite popular. We do a public one a month, and then we do lots of group tours, so it's fun. So a little background here. One of the things we're going to talk about here is why San Diego's as gay as it is and why Hillcrest is the heart of the gay neighborhood. First of all, San Diego is gay for the same reason San Francisco is. World War II. Everybody who served in the Pacific or Asian theaters of World War II were discharged at either San Diego or San Francisco. Anybody who had a wife or girlfriend or whatever who was a Marine or sailor or whatever, they wanted on that next train back to Pittsburgh and get out of here. But any sailor who fell in love with another guy on his ship, or any Marine who fell in love with another man in his unit, or any of the women who would come to serve in the armed forces, they can't very well take their new girlfriend back to Oklahoma now, can they? So they stayed, and that's how San Diego and San Francisco both had large gay populations. It's appropriate that we start here at the rail, what used to be known as the Brass Rail, because it is the oldest continuously operating gay bar in San Diego. The Brass Rail originally opened in 1934 as a dinner club downtown, a nice restaurant downtown. It was well known by World War II that if you went there and the dinner crowd was thinning out at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, you might be able to meet another sailor. When I first started coming to Pride 20 years ago, there'd be 200 or 300 people here screaming, yelling with their signs telling me I was going to burn in hell. Last year, I understand there were 3 or 5 people here when the parade started, but by the time my contingent with Lambda Archives got down here, there was no one left. They had vacated. So they're getting the hint. It's no longer the hundreds it was. It's interesting how the relationship with the police has changed. San Diego police still have horse patrols. The only time I actually see horse patrols is during the Pride Parade when they have a row of horses across the crosswalk here, and they back the horses' rear ends into the protesters' faces. Now, this could be coincidence. It could be a political statement. You can take it as you like. So I thought that was an interesting moment of like how the police have shifted, from harassing and, the bars and, bathhouse harassment to actually being on our side. Flicks opened in 1981, making it one of the older gay bars in San Diego as well. A naval officer said when he was still active duty Navy, he used to park over by Busalaki's, the Italian restaurant over here on 5th, and walk back alleys to Flicks and come in the back door so that he had plausible deniability. If anybody recognized his car with its Navy sticker on it, they'd go, "What were you doing in Hillcrest?" He'd go, "Oh, you're not a good Italian restaurant? I was at Busalaki's." That was his cover story. We are standing at the spot of the hate crimes plaque, the last person to be gay bashed to death in San Diego. 1991, December 13th, John Ware and 2 friends, he was 17 years old at the time, 2 of his teenage friends, were walking along Essex Street in the back here when a car full of guys stopped, jumped out, and started beating them, calling them faggot and other things. They were stabbed, they were beaten, the other 2 guys got away. They're both still in San Diego. Neither of them are gay. They have no reason to believe John Ware was gay. It was just wrong place, wrong time. John Ware staggered out to the corner where the alibi is and died in front of the alibi of his wounds. This is the first Harvey Milk Street in the United States, a campaign led mainly by Nicole Murray Ramirez of the Imperial Court, who I mentioned earlier. This flag was erected in 2012. The flag is flown at half-staff for tragedies in the LGBT community, or they fly the trans flag at half-staff when yet another trans person has been murdered in the United States. The archives provided all the history for this. When you get a chance sometime, I encourage you to come back and read about it. Thank you so much for coming. Please tell your friends. We always encourage you to visit the archives, and if you think of a question later, you want to email me, feel free to do so.